I don't know. I just feel like the teenagers that directors and writers have on screen now are outdated. Yes, that's what it is. Teenagers, it's like an outdated teen that they keep showing to us, and it's just like we don't want it. Today we're gonna be talking about Chemical Hearts and why it wasn't the love story we were asking for. It wasn't the love story that we needed. It was pretty bland, actually, to be quite honest. But let's really get into it, okay? If I hope you guys seen it. It's streaming on, what was that I watched on Amazon Prime Video. I watched it like 2 days ago and took some notes. I'm trying to get to the notes here because I was just watching it and I was just like, I'm not gonna say it was like bad, but it was like missing something. It was missing that that's something that be making you like, okay, this is good. Like, I wasn't crying, I wasn't emotional at all. Actually, I was kind of just looking at the screen like, because it was just a lot. It was everything at once. It was just really adding up to a bunch of nothing. Even at the end, it was just like, what was the actual purpose of this entire film? So let's get into it. So the two main characters that we need to know are Grace and Henry Hankard. So Grace is this young girl. I think she's like 17. She was in a car accident with her boyfriend and he died. She lives, but now she uses a cane. And Henry, the male character, he's kind of like our Timothy Chalamet of the film. He is supposed to be our favorite white boy of the week for this film. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were trying to give us like our that, nice looking, skinny, handsome white boy that we're supposed to fall in love with, and we just didn't. And it wasn't his fault, because Henry was acting, okay? Henry was whoever plays Henry, the man that plays Henry, his acting skills were great. I'm not gonna lie and say that his acting skills weren't great, because he played that character very well. I was enjoying listening to the stuttering, the unsureness of himself, like the kind of like getting outside of your shy self. Like, his character was nice, but it was Grace. And I have not watched Riverdale, so I have no previous knowledge of like Lily Reinhardt and her acting skills. I don't know if she's a great actor on the show. I don't know what she does, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know her inside and out, because I don't. But Grace just lacked depth, and it was so weird, because it's like, you think with a storyline like your boyfriend died in a car crash that you were in too, and you feel like you're the cause of the car accident, and now you feel like you can't love again because it's unfair to him. You think with all of that there would have been some type of depth and emotion there, but there was not. Like, the only scene that really had me like was the scene where she was like crying after being intimate with Henry. Other than that, I was really just watching the film like, what possessed him to create such a film with no depth? I feel like we're being handed nothingness. Like, it was just like, you guys tend to like this, so we're gonna give it to you guys again, repackage it. And I'm just like, if y'all want to make a Walk to Remember, just say that. Just say that. If you're trying to give me a Walk to Remember, just say that, because everybody knows that's. If you guys have not seen A Walk to Remember, go to Netflix. I don't know if it's still there or not, but watch A Walk to Remember, and then you'll kind of understand. Like, I feel like A Walk to Remember really set the pace for like a good teen movie where, it's not gonna end the way you expect it to end. It's gonna be like you're gonna be a little bit brokenhearted at the end of it. That's really what set the pace for a lot of these films. Like, there would not be no The Fault in Our Stars without A Walk to Remember. There just wouldn't. Like, there just really wouldn't. So, I mean, Nicholas Sparks, dang, he ran so that John Green can sprint. But the person who wrote Chemical Hearts wasn't John Green. So again, I'm just saying that the movie Chemical Hearts, it was very much like, I kind of want to give you guys A Walk to Remember. I know you guys really enjoy The Fault in Our Stars. And then they gave it to us and we were just like, this it. I was like trying to comb and like find through layers. I was trying to comb through it and, you know, be like, oh, this is deep. And it just, nothing was deep. And it's just like, I feel like people are playing with young people's intelligence and they're just giving us nothing to feed off of. Grace was like talking to Henry and she was like, we're just, as teenagers, we're all in teenage limbo right now. And every adult that lived through this moment, they've survived teenage limbo. And we're too young for this, but too old for that. And everything just feels like too much for us. And it was a good speech. But then again, it was also like, okay. And I like that Henry was kind of looking at her like, yeah, teenage limbo, yeah, whatever that is. I like that he was looking like that, but then again, it was just like, I feel like Henry and Grace were not supposed to be in the same movie together. I feel like those were two completely different characters, and spoiler alert, they don't get together at the end. Henry looking at her like, you trying to be deep, but it wasn't deep, and it was just like, what is going on here? The film should have really been, Henry should have been a side character. Henry and Grace, that should have been like a separate love story, a little behind the scenes love story. It should have been like the side piece character love story, and his best friend, let me see, what's her name, Lola should have been the main character of Chemical Hearts. Lola and Cora's relationship, because it was, the little scenes that they showed was more interesting than the whole relationship between Henry and Grace. And I hate when films don't like, I don't know, like, I guess the biggest twist was, again, I'm just spoiling the whole movie for you guys, so please forgive me. But I guess like the biggest part of the whole film was that Grace was living at her boyfriend's house, even though he died, and like all the clothes that she was wearing were his clothes. I guess that was supposed to be like, but it was just like, I don't know, it was just like everything was just so, what was it necessary? And then like they try to do the thing where they have like a teenage hangout where like they have a special hideout where only him and Grace knows, but it was just like, it held no significance. And I don't know if it was Lily Reinhart's acting. I don't know if it was the script. I have no idea what the freak that was. I don't know why it was so boring, but it was literally just because it's like, why are these two characters, what would honestly have these two characters being together? Why do they think that every small, skinny, white teenage boy is gonna fall in love with a girl who doesn't want to be fixed? Because that was Grace's whole thing was, you can't fix me, I'm broken. And that was supposed to make her edgy, and I was just like, and like she didn't even, it wasn't even like, she wasn't, I can't even consider Grace like a manic pixie dream girl. And I guess they were trying to like not make her a manic pixie dream girl. I guess that was supposed to be why she was so edgy. But like, it was just like, what are you, like they would try to throw in quirky things about her, like, oh, Grace doesn't drive because she's scared of cars. And it's just like, it was just like so lost in translation. And I just feel bad because I'm just like, nothing about this was really appealing to watch. Like, I give the cinematographer his or her perks because I like the way the film looked. The film looked great. It was just like, there was nothing there. It was just so yeah, if I had to actually rate Chemical Hearts, I would give it like a 4 out of 10. I would honestly give it a 4 out of 10. I wish that Grace had more depth, and I wish that they would really explain why Henry wanted to be with Grace, because it was just like, I don't remember why he wanted to be with her, because it was just like, she edgy, but he also just bored. And this is what I don't like about white teen movies. This is the one, white teen movies are literally all about how bored white kids are because they just never lived through anything. And it's just like, you're 17, calm down. Like, the movie is always like, 17 and I've never experienced anything. My life is so boring. I have 2 parents. I live in a nice home. And it's just like, congrats. I didn't know that was so boring for you to live a nice life. So I feel like you either need to actually, I feel like maybe if Henry had something that he was actually dealing with and he wasn't just a bored teenager who was just boring in general, then maybe it would have been more interesting. But it was like, Henry didn't even have a real hobby, bro. Like, he was breaking vases just to fix them. I'm like, give us a painter then if that's what y'all wanted to do. Like, he was bored, she was bored. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. And And if you wanted to improve Grace, if someone's like, Dariae, why are you picking on Grace as much? It's because like all of this happened, and it was just like they didn't even tell us. Was Grace a track star or something? Was she a cheerleader or a track star or something? I think she was like a track star, but like again, it was like very on the surface. They would just throw stuff at us and be like, "This is what you want to know about Grace." Like, oh, Grace is scared of cars because of a car accident. She was tickling her boyfriend, and that's why the car wrecked. She feels like she's broken, but she doesn't want to be fixed like one of Henry's vases. She lives at home with her boyfriend's parents because her mother's like abusive, and it was just like, okay, but none of it really worked together. Grace didn't mold into a brand new person. It was just like, so 4 out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. All I'm gonna say is Chemical Hearts need to work. Tell me how you guys felt about Chemical Hearts. I just really felt like it wasn't that amazing, and it could have really used some work. Actually, I get it. People want to give us just like these characters where it's like they don't like to eat and they like to just stare at the wall and have like these moments of, I can't believe I'm a teenager and this sucks. I get it, but it's like maybe talk to a teenager today and really figure out like what is it about being a teenager in this one moment sucks for us. Cause it's just like I'm confused now. Like I don't even think this is how teenagers think anymore. It's very, I don't know. I just feel like the teenagers that directors and writers have on screen now are outdated. Yes, that's what it is. Teenagers, it's like an outdated teen that they keep showing to us, and it's just like we don't want it. So yeah, that is all. We were excited. I was excited to watch the movie. I was sad that it didn't turn out the way I wanted to, but 4 out of 10 is a good rating. Leave a comment below to tell me how you felt about it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys all for checking in. Love you.